everybody for joining us tonight. This is our second annual Take Back the Night. Take Back the Night is the oldest worldwide movement to end sexual violence, including rape and sexual assault, abuse, trafficking, and harassment. It aims to unite people around the world to take a visual and vocal stand against sexual violence. Take Back the Night began in the 1970s, protesting women's lack of safety walking on the street alone at night. Since then, the movement has grown worldwide, highlighting sexual violence and the ways we as a community can stand against it. We have some powerful speakers with us this evening. Once the speaking portion is done, we're going to do a walk through town. We're going to start out, we're going to head up this way, and I'll let you know a little bit more towards the end. Then we're going to end in front of a coffee shop, which is on Main Street there, where we'll be hosting a dedication to Cheryl Oakey. Okay? I'd like to start off tonight by introducing Safe Hunterdon's board president, Meryl Messicapa. Meryl comes to Safe with over 25 years of experience as an assistant prosecutor. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness, it's hot.
Thank you everybody for coming. Good evening, and on behalf of Safe in Hunterdon, welcome to our Take Back the Night in Clinton. This evening we are here to spotlight the rights of women and all people to be free from sexual violence in our homes, on our streets, in our communities, and in our lives. Domestic violence often encompasses sexual violence in many forms, but sexual violence also occurs outside of the domestic violence dynamic. It's important that we gather tonight to recognize the unfortunate reality that all too many people, predominantly women, cannot take for granted their ability to feel safe in the places where they participate. In my years as a prosecutor, I prosecuted all types of sexual assault crimes and domestic violence crimes. And I can tell you that despite its very best efforts, the criminal justice system sometimes leaves victims feeling less than recognized or heard. There is an absolute role in our society for arrest, prosecution, conviction, and incarceration for sexual violence and sexual predators. But many victims sadly also feel that the sense of justice through that process can elude them. When we're talking about sexual assault, sexual penetration in its various forms does not often leave a mark, does not often leave injury. Survivors do not often report right away or at all because they feel humiliated to talk about what happened to them. Some survivors do not remember the details of their abuse because failure to remember is a common trauma response, or because the sexual assault is facilitated by drugs and alcohol. Others worry about the consequences to their abuser, who might be well known, who might be successful, who might be an integral part of the family. They care more for others and the consequences to other innocent people in that circle who might be harmed by the penalties that befall the abuser if they were to disclose. Then there are survivors who do not resist, who do not call out, who do not run away, who do not fight back, because the abuser is bigger and stronger, and that is a battle they simply will not win. And then there are children, young children, who do not understand. They do not understand the abuse from a person who tells them that they are special, who gives them gifts, who tells them as a trusted adult to keep this our secrets. This is the reality of sexual assault. This is what it looks like more times than not. But our people, however well-meaning in our community, on our juries, in our spaces, don't all understand. Tonight, we are here as a community in Clinton and on behalf of Safe Hunterdon to stand in support of all survivors, hopefully for this evening and for all evenings, to declare that we believe survivors without judgment, without doubt, without exclusion. And we are here to raise our voices, our united voices that are stronger together. So thank you all for being here in advocacy for the very ambitious goal to end sexual violence among youth.
Next up, we have Safe Hunterdon Executive Director, Lauren Van Meter.
Good evening. I'm a words person. The numbers and the data, it hits so hard. The waves of statistics we deal with to try to decipher why we as a community don't stop this trauma, don't treat it as the deadly plague that it is, don't do more to humanize what we reduce to our stats and informational blurbs. Almost 500,000 people in the United States over the age of 12 are sexually assaulted each year. 63,000 children in the United States are sexually abused yearly. Over 1 million women in the United States are raped each year. And at the intersection of the graphing of data that we do, where we put the numbers on our perfectly charted lines so we can study the increases and the decreases, the risks, in the most sanitary of ways. Because honestly, if we thought about these numbers as humans, as our friends, as our neighbors, as our family, we throw the charts away. 12 million women and men are sexually assaulted or stalked by an intimate partner each year. The intersection of domestic violence and sexual violence is an unlit one. Unexpected debris and barriers to navigate around. Traffic lights out, signs all askew, and one which so many of our clients started out navigating alone. That's 1 in 6 women over the course of her lifetime, by the way. 1 in 6 of the women that live on your street, 1 in 6 of the women that teach at your children's schools, 1 in 6 of the women that will gather here, pass you on their way home, support your businesses, smile and greeting when they recognize your face. 1 in 6. I'm a words person. Words offer comfort and hope. They give support and meaning. They make the data seem more manageable. I work with numbers though. People and numbers and how they all come together. Faces into totals and totals into individuals with dreams and connections and spirits that seek healing. I've started counting when I'm in a crowd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Driving home tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. I do it as a way to remind myself that those around us, those who help, those who we support, 1 in 6 of us. But it's so much more than that. I'm a words person, but I live with someone that is an art person. Everything is visual, is movement, is stronger than data, and makes my words obsolete. Who needs my words to describe it when you can really truly look at what's in front of you, you know? I've learned a little about the visual aspects of fashion, and I do hope that you enjoy the What Were They Wearing exhibit later. But I've learned by being surrounded by it now. The labels and the brands, the visual wordless statement that they grace us with. But I've also learned about my favorite type of data from this art. The one of one. The art piece, the garment, the carefully crafted piece of custom wearable beauty. Unique, perfect, individual, and irreplaceable. It's not the 1 in 6 that Safe and Hunterdon is here for. It's that one of one. Our counseling services, our legal advocacy, and our safe house remain open. Our hotline remains on, and we remain here. Take back the night, remaining safe in our community. Moving forward, being mindful that 1 in 6 of those walking amongst you is one of one. notice and really see that one of one who is working so very hard to heal. I might be a words person, but it's the humans behind the data, the almost 50,000 the almost 5,000 one-of-ones that came to our safe house and spent at least one bed night last year, that tell our story, that we gather for tonight, and that we thank you so very much for being here for. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Next up, we have Town of Clinton Mayor, Dennis Levin.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. You've heard the numbers, you've heard the data, you've heard the stories, you've seen the stories. I have to challenge each and every one of you to do something. You don't think about it. We gather and then we go back to our lives. This never ends. For those survivors, this never ends. They always live with it. I used to I was the director for the Division on Women, and Safe in Hunterdon was one of the programs that we funded. And the amount of work that goes into the volunteer hours that we see, they need more help, they need more funding. Whatever you can do, some of you may remember the old Fabergé hair shampoo commercials. You know, you tell two friends and they'll tell two friends and so on and so on. The younger ones, social media. But really what it is, it's talking about it. It is not sweeping it under the carpet. We read about it every single day. We saw what's happened in Texas. We saw what's happened in California. We need to hold these individuals accountable, and we need to stand with the survivors. Believe the survivors. That is probably the most important thing I can tell you. Don't listen to the noise. Listen to the survivor. There's a reason they're telling you their story. And they're re-victimized every single time someone doesn't believe them. So I ask everyone to step up, offer a helping hand however you can to Safe in Hunterdon. It is a program that deserves everything that we can give it. Thank you.
Okay, our volunteers are walking around with the little purple bags. They're going to hand them to you. If you guys can just hold on to them. Once we all have them, we're going to start our walk. We're going to head up to the main street. We're going to come around over there. We can all walk together. So once everybody has a bag, we'll start our walk, and then we're going to end over there, and we'll finish with a little speech and a dedication on the other side, okay?
Everyone just stay on the sidewalk though.
Yep. Probably two at a time.
top stop here, but we're going to be talking about our little trinket trading box today. So if you're familiar, my friend Cheryl was here last year. She was a big lover of trinkets, so we want to keep that little legacy on. So you guys are all holding little trinkets. Cheryl was one who always emptied her pockets to her loved ones. If you know her in town, she probably gave you a little gift while you were visiting her. So we just want to keep that going. So we just ask you guys leave your little trinkets in the box. And the next time you come to town, you can come in and trade and get some new trinkets. That's all I had to say. All right.
Kira. You can put that wherever you'd like. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see what's in your little thingy. This one.
Just as we walk back, if you all just want to put your trinkets in. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I don't think we know that it's not out. And then we can just head back to the patio gardens and board. You can head home. There is food, there's flag, it's all at the Art Museum, so help yourself.